Okay, let's start for this sample code. So I will use this onlinegdb.com as for my compiler, and I will use a Perl language, and this is my first program that I created. Uh, Actually, just a plain one, just a simple one. Okay, this program is static scoping in Perl using my keyword. If you can see here, this $x equals to 100 is this one is considered as a global variable because it's defined on the outside of each function. So I have a print here to display the result. Is something is I put static scope and function one. I put function one. This is how you call the functions. Where is the function one? Is here in the below. You can see the sub function one, and inside the sub function one, I declare my $x as use my keyword my keyword equals to 10. So it means here on inside this function one, I set this $x equals to 10 instead of using this $x to equal to 100. But for this one, you see, my keyword makes your variable visible only where it declared, so it can be private. So this $x equals to 10, it means I can only use it inside this function one. So if I do some print screen here inside, I can do my value will become something like let me go to it something print. Okay, let me try to copy this just to make you show you more. So if I do something like this, okay, if I will show you a function x here. So my static scope will be shown equals to 10 from here. When I run this one, it should be showing you should be show 10. Let's see what is the result. Let's try to run. Let me try to run it here. Function 10. Let me call this function 1. Sorry, I forgot to call this function 1 first. Okay, I call the function 1. This function 1 will call this function 1. Where in the function 1, I print a static code to x. So um, let's see, is it here? Okay. Yeah, you can see here is showing the scope is 10 because this using the my is only use a private, so I can use this my inside my only in function. But based on this code, I put it back. Okay, I put back. I remove this again, and I write it this one. I will remove it. Put it back to original. From here, you can see here I have a return value, but in the return value, I will call another function which is function two. Inside the function two, there is a return that I need to return the $x. Okay, you can see here this $x is here. Is this one in the global? There's a 100 and here is 10. So if you're using mine, it's something like it's only a private variable that it can only use your value inside the function. So when it call this function to, it will not pass this 10 to the bar to $x. Okay. What this happen is this $x instead of this 10 it will get, it will take the global variable where is specified here. So it should be show the output will display $100. Let's try to run. It's correct. So you can see here static scope is 100. So I have another program which is I use the dynamic scoping. Okay. So this dynamic scoping is same code the first one, but there's only some different. Maybe I put this word dynamics and this local. instead of mine, I will use a local. Okay, local keyword makes your variable visible from the calling function, and it's also a temporary value. It means when you call the function, it will also pass the value of that variable. So example here, I also have a $x equals to 100, then print to display the result, output, and I also call this function one, which is function one. I define the $x as a local, and I put 10, okay? And from the function one, I also call the function two, which is this one, which is in the function two, I need to return the $x. Okay, if you use the mine, actually if you use the mine instead of local, the value will get this 100. Okay, now in this program we use local, we just uh, call the dynamic scooping. It means it is dynamic. It can scoop to another. It means can pass it to another function, calling function. So instead of 100, this one will display 10. Let's see if correct. So you see it's display 10. So even you change it to 11, you will change to 11. Okay. So this is different between dynamic scooping and static scooping. Static scooping, it means you can use only the value. Okay, actually dynamic scooping is you will put a value temporary and it's not easy to, I mean, it's a bit complicated usually if you have more long code already that you created for your big complex coding but complex program. But if you only create those if you use the static scoping, I think it's easy for you to understand because you will see only what is the scope and you can put in the global variable or something like that. So I think that's all for today, and yeah, thank you very much. Bye bye.